get started.
Hello, everyone. This is Theatrical Makeup. I'm Mr. Peoples, and we are going to be doing a basic corrective makeup demo today. This is your little tutorial. We're going to be putting this on the YouTube channel so that you can access it wherever you are, in the car, at Six Flags, anywhere. So, yeah, just pay attention. I'll walk you through the steps. I have my model here. For her anonymity's sake, we'll call her model 1. I'm just kidding. No, this is McKinnon. All right, we're going to get started with a little foundation as selected by McKenna from her makeup kit. So this should be the one that's most naturally going with your skin tone. You don't want to go too dark or too light. You want it to be a natural look. So I'm doing all over coverage. I'm doing all over coverage with my makeup sponge. I'm having to talk over some chitter chatter in the back of the room, which I don't like because I like being the center of attention constantly. Don't ever forget it. I get very offended if people aren't listening to me. Do y'all hear that back there? Yeah? Well, now you're silent? Okay. I see how it is. I see it is. That means I put the fear in them.
Yes.
Yes.
This is gonna get 1 million views just for that.
Yes. I love making children scared, terrified.
You're a great teacher.
Yeah. Oh, no, the best. Like all good teachers, I terrify children.
Yes.
You should be in the haunted house.
You don't even need a costume,
That's
Mr.
right.
Peeps.
Just walk in my, busily patterned shirt. My fancy button-ups. Actually, yeah, we do. I like him. I don't see him much, but when I do talk to him, he's very nice. And we laugh. Maniacal laughs.
Terrifying.
Okay. So I just did broad coverage with my makeup sponge all over the face. Notice that I went over a couple areas multiple times just so that it was very smooth. I might go back and touch up a couple of spots that I noticed that I missed, like right there, under the eye. We want to really make sure that the circles under the eyes are covered up, because even you youngsters with your technology habits at night before you go to bed, you end up getting some dark circles under your eyes because you're staying up too late.
You talking?
Me? I'm talking about my life as well. So I am not immune to device. I'm just saying that when I was your age, I probably didn't have as dark circles because I wasn't connected to an iPhone. Luckily for me. It's not unusual these days. Okay, so now I'm going to use the broad side of my makeup brush. And I have the broader brush here from the makeup kit. And I want to do the cheek contouring. And so if we look at McKenna's ear here, we can see her tragus is right there. I believe that's the name of this thing. But I'm going to draw a shadow line from the tragus, which I know as the bottom of the cheekbone. So I'm going to continue that line down towards the corner of the mouth, and then as I get to the apple of the cheek here, turn your head just a little bit so we can see in the light. I think that's a little bit better. So I can see that I have the apple of the cheek being curved around there. So that gives a little fullness to the face. So now I'm going to take my sponge again. I'm going to use one of the edges that I have not previously used with my foundation, and I'm going to blend that down and soften up the edge so that the front, where the apple of the cheek is, this is normally the nasolabial fold. Smile really big for me. Yeah, so you can see this little crease here, this little kind of dimpling happening. That is something we don't really want to accentuate right now with highlight and shadow. What we want is we want to make sure that we are curving the cheek and making it full without really connecting the nasolabial fold to the nostril here, because that's more of an aging technique that we don't want to get into yet. We want her to look young and fresh-faced. Okay, so keep your head tilted slightly this way so that we keep some of the light on your face from the mirrors. Otherwise, it's going to get really dark and we won't be able to see what we're doing. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the temple shadow. I know the temple shadow needs to frame the forehead. Kind of has a low hairline, so we don't have to go up as high. But we're going to curve it back right on par with the corner of the eye. And get a little more makeup on my brush. And then I'm going to blend it backwards, away from the center of the face towards the hairline. This is very light. You might want to do a little darker. I like a lot of contrast as a makeup teacher and artist. And so if you want to make me really impressed, you're going to blend that back. Make it very dark on the edge. And then since I'm saying that, I'm just going to go back in and deepen that cheek shadow a little bit more. Okay? Okay, now side of the nose while we're here. Side of the nose, we're going to hug the ridgeline of the nose with shadow and then fill in the whole side. We want that edge of the shadow to be as straight of a line as possible on the side of the face, or on the side of the nose there, excuse me. And then we're going to curve it around the nostril. I can even get down into that crease where the nasolabial fold would normally begin. When we're not going to accentuate that or bring that out to connect it to the cheek. That's more of a middle age or old age technique that we'll do later in the course. But I am connecting that shadow to the shadow above the upper eyelid and below the eyebrow. Yeah, subtle, but it's all going to be one fluid area of shadow. And then I'm softening the edge. I can use my brush, or like I like to do, I'll take the corner of my sponge and just pull that edge out until it's so soft you can't see it. I made a little mistake with the ridgeline here, the top of that shadow. I wanted to fix that really fast. I came over a little too far at one point. Now I think that looks a lot better. Okay, very simple. Since I'm at the nose, I'm gonna have you turn your head this way. I'm gonna do the shadow underneath the tip of the nose and between the nostrils. That will come down and connect to the philtrum shadow, which is this little valley here, this little divot below your nose that connects to the lips. Now I have the shadow below the bottom lip. It's like a little curved trapezoid. It's like if a crescent moon and a trapezoid had a baby. This would be it. Like a weird geometric shape. And then I'll take my softening point on my sponge, pull that out to either side. I don't necessarily need to soften up this edge much because it's going to get highlight there, and I haven't done that yet. But now I'm going to do the other side of the nose, which I can't tell if you can see. You can probably see it in the mirror better than on the face itself right now. But again, I'm just going to hug the nostril. I'm going to bring that shadow up along the ridgeline of the nose. You might notice sometimes that your foundation is really thick and it's making it harder for your shadow to show up on the face. You're having to put a lot of shadow down. So make sure when you're going in and you're doing that shadow initially that you're not too heavy-handed with it. You want it to look like you have fully covered the face, but you don't need to drown yourself in foundation. That can be really messy. You want to have a light touch. Your makeup should be translucent. It should show your natural skin texture underneath, and even like little beauty marks or whatever will still be visible. So don't think you have to really like plaster it on your face like that to make it perfect. Yeah, you still want to be able to see McKenna under there. Alright, so then I'm going to go back over to the other cheek, bring it around the apple of the cheek, and then I'm going to take my sponge, and again I'm going to pull that shadow down away from the cheekbone. This creates that hollow of the cheek, gives your face more depth, which is great when you're doing big smiles on stage. People can see those cheekbones moving around, see the other parts of your face, and become much more expressive under the lights when you have these distinct planes of the face. Okay. I'm a perfectionist, as you might have heard me say. So sometimes I'll go over the same spot a lot. How much time do we have left in class? We get out of here at 12:08.
Yeah, we have about 20 minutes.
20 minutes? Oh, wow, I'm doing great. I've really worked on my time management skills.
So far, it's been 11 minutes, 30 seconds.
Awesome. I am just killing it today.
Amazing.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of myself.
I'm really sorry if
I don't
I'm
know if I should be
blocking your
proud.
guys' view.
But like,
Trying to get a good shot.
What's wrong? Everything good? Everything good?
Yeah, I keep blocking their view.
Oh, it'll be okay. I'm sure it's not that bad. They'll be able to see it on YouTube.
yeah.
Yeah, whenever you're a
You
YouTube
know?
star.
I've already got that first video up. Look up for me and turn your head this way for me. Alright, so now we're going to give McKenna's jaw some definition. She has a pretty strong jawline. It's not unusual for girls to have a soft jawline, which McKenna does, but it's still pretty defined too, which is good because then it's easier for us to go in and define it a little more. So we're just following the natural jawline with some shadow below it and to the outside, and then we're going to pull that away. We're going to blend it out.
It's complicated.
Oh no, it's so simple.
I know.
We're just making this face pop against the skin so that it doesn't blend in too much with the skin of the neck, so then it makes her look more regal, more defined on stage. And if you'll turn this way, go ahead and do the other side as well. Let me pull back your hair out of the way. Normally you'd probably want to wear a hairband or a ponytail to keep your hair out of your face.
Ash doesn't have to.
No, people without lots of hair don't have to worry about that. Unless you have swoopy bangs, then that might be an issue, which Ash is kind of swoopy.
Mm-hmm.
Less so than last week.
That's why I have a ponytail.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, believe it or not, my hair can fit in a ponytail.
Wow, okay. Well,
I had to do that in the
How
haunted
about a
house.
pony's
hey, you learn
tail?
something new every day.
Which you may need to invest in as well.
Alright, so now I'm blending out the shadow. Okay. Then, guess what we're going to do? We're going to do some highlights. Woohoo!
Yay!
Yee.
Yeah.
No, it's yee.
Oh, ye?
Yes. Yee.
Okay. So I'm opening up my highlights. Everyone, make sure you're listening. You don't want me to feel insecure about myself. I'm not good
Never
enough.
should. You are amazing.
Oh, thank you. I know.
More so than other people.
Ouch, but I agree. I have no lack of confidence.
You
don't
have a
worry,
way
guys.
of words, a way with words that insults people.
Whoa.
Pushes yourself up without other people knowing it.
Without anyone getting their feelings hurt.
Because no one knows that you just
It's
insulted
good to
them.
have high
Sometimes
self-esteem.
my dad, he's like talking to some people that know nothing about computers, and he insults them right in front of their face without them knowing it.
Yeah, I think that's most tech guys. It seems like, right? That's the kind of reputation that they have.
Be careful what you say. This is going on YouTube.
No offense to anybody. I love tech. My brother's a tech guy. He's a great tech guy.
Well, I'm just.
That's
saying
just
my
the
true
stereotype,
feelings.
you know what I mean?
But
when you
my
see him in
dad
TV
does
shows.
do